Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're your quick guide to getting up to speed. Today, we're looking at something really eye-opening. It's where digital currency meets, well, old school banking. We've been digging into reports on Pi Network, BNI, ATM, card transactions. And our goal really is to figure out what this new card is all about, its surprisingly practical uses, and what it means for maybe integrating digital money into your own life. Okay, let's unpack this. So the first thing that really jumped out, right, it's this actual ATM bank card issued by BNI Indonesia. And the kicker, it has the Pi Network logo on it prominently. When you first hear that, it does make you
It's
question.
kind of a bold statement from a
That's
traditional player.
Well, absolutely. And what's really fascinating here, I think, is why that's such a big deal. BNI Indonesia isn't some small outfit. It's, one of Indonesia's biggest, most established banks. Huge infrastructure. So for them to put a crypto logo, specifically Pi Network's logo on their card, that's not just window dressing. It signals something pretty tangible, an institutional nod almost. It's like building an actual bridge, not just talking about one, between this digital currency project and, well, the financial systems we use every day.
That is a massive statement from a bank like BNI. What do you reckon prompted this kind of direct link up, especially with Pi, which has had a, let's say, unique journey compared to Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Exactly. That's a great point. This isn't just another stablecoin making payments easier. We've seen that play before. Pi Network's approach is different, right? It's focused on building this wide, accessible network, mostly through phones. So for BNI to integrate this specific digital asset, well, it suggests they see something in Pi's huge user base, or maybe its potential for, mass use for actual day-to-day transactions. And it's a step beyond just holding crypto. It's about using it for normal stuff.
Okay, right. So it's not just a logo. The card actually works. And this is where it gets really interesting for just the average person. Our sources detail the specific everyday things you can do with this card. And we're not talking complicated crypto swaps here. We're talking about using it for your daily shopping, paying for the local train.
Well, KRL fares, yeah.
Right, the KRL system in Indonesia, getting on buses, even paying for parking. These are just, normal routine things.
And if you connect that to the bigger picture, this isn't abstract digital stuff. This is like the fabric of daily life, commuting, buying groceries. This integration really shows how a digital asset, Pi, in this case, can translate directly to something useful, concrete, taking value from your digital space and spending it down the street, basically. And the reports also mentioned, in addition to other options, which kind of hints maybe this is just the start. It makes you think about the simplicity, too. Imagine someone who's maybe never touched crypto. This card becomes a sort of gateway, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Makes using a digital asset feel just like swiping a normal debit card. Familiar. It doesn't sound like just a small test run either. It suggests there's a pretty solid system underneath, handling all these little daily payments reliably.
It's almost like a stealth integration, isn't it? You're using a regular bank product, but behind the scenes, there's this digital currency element. It kind of sidesteps the usual crypto complexities, wallets, exchanges, all that. Well, what sort of challenges, though? What hurdles would a big bank like BNI have to jump over to make this work, especially with a newer digital currency like Pi?
It's a really important question. I mean, if you've got regulations, obviously, security has to be absolutely rock solid. And then there's the whole issue of potential volatility with digital assets. That's always a concern. For BNI to actually launch this, it implies they've done their homework, a lot of it. Maybe they see enough regulatory clarity, or perhaps Pi Network has a setup that addresses some of those risks. And also really says something about traditional finance, doesn't it? That they're willing to adapt, to find ways in, rather than just blocking the whole digital evolution. This isn't just about Pi. It's about how the old guard is starting to update its toolkit for digital assets.
Right. So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway? This BNI card with the Pi logo isn't just a curiosity. It looks like a real, concrete example of a crypto project getting properly integrated with traditional banking for everyday stuff. It's a pretty clear sign that those lines between old finance and digital finance, they're blurring maybe faster than we thought.
Yeah, and it raises that important question, how do we think about the practical side of digital currencies evolving? Things like this matter because they show how these assets can actually weave into our financial lives. Beyond just trading or holding long term, it pushes us to think less about the digital maybe, and more about the currency part, how it helps us get through the day economically.
It definitely does. So here's something to think about. How might a development like this BNI card, reshape the way you think about digital currencies fitting into your own daily routine? Could something similar be affecting your wallet or your commute sooner than you expect? Definitely something to chew on.